Red Hood is trash. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Arcade Tokens podcast. We are the Arcade Tokens.
That's what you led with? Trash?
Trash?
I am
Trash.
Petty Will Ferro.
Cleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living, aka Red Hood Confidant.
And I am comfortable. Sorry, Will, they don't make them in pyramid size. But I am comfortable. They're selling like hotcakes because of me, and I gotta figure out how to make my own one of these.
Big
Hoodie
facts.
blankets.
All right.
Hey, bro.
If you got frail wrists and a small bird body, this is the item for you. You're damn right. Before us real size men, get your blanket. It's just a regular hoodie.
Start the podcast.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time we are coming with you with the topical news. We talk about the stuff that's happening right now in the streets of the video game world. And as you can see, I start off being petty with Red Hood. I'm still mad about the injustice ass whooping I got from Red Hood. I didn't appreciate it. So we got beef until next Thursday.
What's Red Hood? Who was Red Hood?
It's some random dude, the dude who I told, like, man, fuck your childhood bike and stuff like that. Like, he served me the business with Red Hood.
Like I said.
Fighting styles were like that. But I bring that up because our first subject is the Gotham Knights. They have released footage of the fighting styles of the Gotham Knights, and they're explaining them a little bit further in detail how each of these knights are going to be when it comes to their fighting style. So I believe first is Robin. We ain't really messing with this Robin, so I'll go ahead and explain his. He's a little stealthy, you know. He's like a little Robin on his little perches and stuff. So he's fighting using a collapsible quarterstaff, which of course is Tim Drake.
This is Drake, though.
This is a good old Tim Drake Robin.
The
Best Robin. The best Robin.
Debatable, but okay.
Haven't we had this discussion? No one voted for him.
He's literally the one that no one wanted. We wanted Bruce.
I was just talking crap about Red Hood, and he's number 2 for me. In Robin.
Come on, man. It's literally arguably, Batman says it himself, that Tim Drake is the best detective that he's ever worked with. He's almost better than him.
Detective. He's the best detective. That's it.
Oh,
An expert at using status effects? What does that mean?
To disrupt enemies, status effects.
Status.
Maybe like the a grenade that makes a really big bang.
Like a concussion, stuff like that.
Boom.
Oh yeah, to distract him. To distract, you know what?
That is.
I
That
mean,
is trash.
But it's Robin, and apparently the best Robin according to Dean.
According to Batman himself.
Batman also puts little boys in danger, so I don't go off of this.
He takes in a lot of little boys.
Right. Nobody brings that up though, but apparently Michael Jackson just can't have a giraffe in Neverland.
And next up, we have
Batgirl, Barbara Gordon. Now she is laser focused, highly resilient, and effective melee fighter. So she is very good with the weapons. She weaponizes her environment by using hacking skills. Very good for her. Using, what does that say?
a Tonfa.
A tonfa with her training in kickboxing, capoeira, and jiu-jitsu.
Those are stats.
Yes, those are stats.
Not collapsible baseball bat and using stats and statistics to destroy his enemies. Those are
man.
stats.
But by this time, think about it. That's still a very young Robin compared to the rest of this lineup. He's still pretty young. He's got to be like what, 15 max?
No, he's the best Robin. He should have a whole bunch of
And
things.
here we go. Here we go with the Damian Wayne. But Damian Wayne was trained at 8. He came out the womb with it.
Get people out.
He was climbing snowy mountains.
Yes.
He wasn't using stat effects or whatever that is.
So I guess if you a henchman and you want to know if you verified on Gotham Gram, Robin got you.
Okay.
But I'm worried about Batgirl. Batgirl is basically saying, I got the hands. I can hack stuff around me. Like imagine when you could like somebody be around like the little electrical circuits and she could just break that and make it explode.
Yeah.
I'm digging Batgirl's fighting style already. But the next one though, of course, who do we got? Nightwing.
Hey,
Take
That's
it away. I know
Batman.
this is your
That's
man.
Robin.
Dick Grayson.
Acrobatic uses a more exaggerated style of fighting and fights with his signature dual Esquirmo sticks.
Screamer.
And Screamer.
Eskrima sticks.
Hey, you know you guys can spotlight the video or pin the video so it's bigger for
Yeah.
you guys. I don't know why y'all do that to yourselves.
Because
Yeah,
you
we
didn't
keep-
remind us to be. That's why.
There you go.
Boom.
There
I
you
see
go.
that.
Yeah. He's smug. He's confident. He's a dick. Dick Grayson, bro. Dick Grayson for sure. I'm excited to play as Nightwing, man. We've already played as Nightwing in several games already, but in Gotham Knights, I'm really excited to jump into his playing style.
Yeah, look at that
Yeah.
snarky ass look. Look at this. Look at the snark on his face.
I don't like his Slytherin hair in this.
Hey.
He has cool hair, but he got the Slytherin look.
He do. Mo got that Malfoy look right now.
Y'all
What?
probably have had some of the best like taglines for people this week. What did you just say again for Nightwing?
I don't remember. We'll go back and get it.
That was great though.
He's a dick.
He's smug. He's arrogant. He's a dick.
That's gonna go right below the title of his comic, just right below there. Oh my goodness, man. And well, of course, last but not least,
Red Hood.
Hood. Brutal brawler, high focus on the gunplay, peak human strength, and proficient in multiple combat.
He gets his the fast way, ski mask way.
Mr. Draco himself.
He's a goon, bro. He's
Yes.
nothing more than a glorified Batman goon. That's
I
all-
love
this
it.
is Batman's shooter, legitimately.
They should have called him Red Goon. That would have been hard.
Right? It says got a cigarette in the back. Just because he's that gutter. Damn. I mean, this is a lot. This is very different. I have a good sense of how everybody plays, but the first Robin. I don't think he got his just due with those stats. What was his first one? Stealth? I think that's kind of implied in being with Batman, right?
Well, stealth
Bat-
focused. So I just to give him like not to completely shit on Tim Drake. I would imagine that you could probably get closer to henchmen a lot more than the other knights and stuff like that, and may be able to get a little like I think you're a lot more stealthier, and I think it may have a lot more to come with that than just saying it. So we might just be kind of like underselling what stealth focus is.
Yep. We'll see. I mean, of course, if you guys seen any of the gameplay of it, I'm not sure you guys can jump into that. The gameplay is actually really dope. I mean, it's 2-player co-op, which is already amazing. That two people would be able to choose, two different of these knights and then actually run together, trying to take over, trying to save the damn city. Like that's pretty dope that they let that happen. So it's pretty dope.
So for their co-op, is it only 2-player multiplayer co-op, or are you going to be able to chance to have all 4 characters on the map at one time?
I heard 2-player co-op when I was watching it. The guy that was announcing it, he said it was 2-player co-op. So I'm
That
not sure.
makes more sense though, because like they don't be fighting the same groups of enemies as the Avengers. Like Avengers might be like 20, 30 people. You got Hulk smashing through like 5, 10 people at a time, but
Right.
I can see it being like 2 people because it's really all hands. So
Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
or
They did have a I believe it was what got Arkham City. They had like a multiplayer mode where you could do like that, like where pretty much it's kind of like a horde, but it was like the henchmen. So they just kept coming in waves and like more and more powerful and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So-
it was Arkham City. Yeah, the damn challenge maps, which were fire. Things
Yeah,
are good.
yeah, they are fire. And so I think that like co-op and then like you include like the combos that they used to do when 2 players were playing. I think it'd be dope for co-op.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't like Robin's lips in this picture.
hair is
I don't-
weird too. He's just weird looking.
He's just weird, right?
Yeah.
But guys, this is the best Robin.
He is the best Robin.
Well,
He's-
your whole opinion on anything Batman related is just skewed. We don't want to hear it, bro.
What you mean?
No.
What you mean?
I'm excited nonetheless. And when is this out? When's the actual release date for Gotham Knights?
I'm pretty sure 2021, but let me.
It's going to be a next gen game, right?
Yes.
Next gen console game. Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking very forward to it. But all right, I gotta ask y'all a personal question though, man. I know all y'all out here active in these streets, man. You ever had a Doom pregnancy test before?
What do you mean a dude pregnancy test?
Doom. You know, like you get a pregnancy test, and it's a Doom pregnancy test.
And the word just says doomed, like you're doomed because you.
I think
No,
what
like
you mean?
you ain't never had a pregnancy test, and you could play the actual video game Doom on it.
No.
Well, guess what? Somebody was like, the world needs to have this, and they did it. Somehow, some way, this guy, and I'm gonna let you give him in a second, give us the details, figured out how to put a video game, Doom, on a pregnancy test.
that is incredible.
Kadeem, please take it away.
Twitter user Foon, Foone.
Doom.
No. This is Twitter user Foon, Foone. Who did this?
Yeah. He Foone. So the thing about Doom, it's an old modding type of thing. Like, but does it play Doom? Because people have put Doom on printers. People have put Doom on the fax machines, calculators. It's just to show that you are able to mod it or hack it, because you can almost run Doom on anything, and that's the whole idea behind it. Like this is how it came to fruition, you know, because you can.
So the coding of this game is so simple.
Exactly.
That it can go on a freaking pregnancy test screen.
Pregnancy test screen, fax machine, calculator, printer, everything.
I don't get it. Why?
It's just to prove it. It's just to show that you can actually mod it or hack it. You know what I mean? Like so technically he just hacked the pregnancy test.
No. Not why on the person's point of view. Why is it able to go everywhere and other things aren't? Like,
just it's how open source and how simple it is. Like it doesn't take much. It doesn't take up much space in order for it to run. You know what I mean? Because most hacking things, like you only have a little bit of amount of space to where you could actually store something in it. So since Doom is so small, it allows it to actually get inside of it.
So Pat, picture like you think like you've seen stick figures, right?
yeah.
So think how simplistic it can be to make a stick figure move.
Yeah.
So that's the basis of that first line of code. And so that's what Doom is. Since Doom is first person, it's just this movement, and that's it. And most of this stuff is just pictures. So now the only thing that makes stuff get a little bit more complicated is when you start to add muscles, when you start to add textures and layers upon it. That's what makes it a lot more bigger.
But isn't there a lot of other like games that are that simple though?
Again, it's just, I guess whoever started this whole fad. Like I can go look up multiple. If you go look up this Doom printer, Doom factory, they are out there.
I'm looking. They're running Doom on old iPods. Like that's crazy. There's no like. That's crazy to me. So the source of the game must be that simple. That's all. Because it doesn't need an actual activator. It doesn't need to have a console attached. Nothing. It's simply just the coding of that game. Somehow you can hack it into pretty much anything with a screen, and it's gonna work.
Yep.
Yeah. This Asian kid I knew had it on his calculator. Remember the big calculators they used to give us?
Yeah.
Texas Instruments.
The little TIs.
He took it home and then brought it back the next day, and he had Doom on it. And I was like,
"Oh yeah,
fire!"
So it's just a Doom thing. It's just a hacking community. Kind of. It's more of a joke than anything.
That's what it looks like. This guy has it plugged up to a. Is that a? No, it's not. Okay, I thought no. It's the screen of a refrigerator. That's funny.
Yeah, but I mean,
Put it on the refrigerator?
Yeah.
That's dope.
yeah. See what I'm saying? Like it's just everywhere. Doom. You can pretty much run Doom off anything. So that's the whole.
All the levels. It's the full game on the pregnancy test.
I'm not too sure if it's the full game, but I'm pretty sure it's not. But the idea that he's literally running it from a keyboard, which I'm sure might be Bluetooth, to this pregnancy test.
So wait, how did he? I know he disassembled it, but how did he connect the controller to a pregnancy test though?
That I mean, it looks like that's a wireless.
It's Bluetooth looking.
Yeah, it looked like it's one was like a Bluetooth keyboard. I'm pretty sure. I know some of these new pregnancy tests have some type of wireless connectivity to them. Some of them do.
Why would a pregnancy test have Bluetooth accessibility?
Because you want to pee on it in the bathroom and then go sit for 20 minutes and freak out in the kitchen.
And then it'll send to let you know like it's ready.
You get the alert that says yes or no.
Hey yo, just imagine if she peed on this and it just started playing. And it's acting while she's peeing. What the hell? Well, if you go shoot the monster, shoot it. Hold on. Let me angle it while I'm peeing.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Yep.
Hey, I think they should pregnancy testers should do this. Just based off of what you said, Cleo, instead of freaking out for 20 minutes, let this play. Let something play right here while you wait.
Flappy Bird. Flappy Bird on a pregnancy test is a money-making machine right there.
Kadeem, if that happened, sue. If you don't get a check for that, sue. Oh, Snake too.
Snake, Flappy Bird, something, yeah, easily.
That's a little too late for Snake if you're taking a pregnancy test.
Had too much snake as it is.
Batman. Nope.
This is a recap of why you're here.
Oh shit.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
I think this is amazing though. I like, even though for them to say it's kind of a joke to Doom, I just think this is dope to show like what video games can do. And just for somebody to really like break this down and know how this works, like just how Pat said, and I'm still trying to figure that out, like how you connected a Bluetooth keyboard to a pregnancy test.
Oh, as you see, he's moving to the levels of Doom right now, and that terrible
Technology is amazing, bro. You put a bunch of wires and keys in front of someone like Kadeem. Oh, they're gonna figure something out.
I just love that we're getting into the tech side of gaming so much. Like, I'm so excited about these react videos that we do with speed runs and these people who have broken the game down to pass just like an experience. They know it like a computer, so they know how to glitch and do all these crazy things. And now we're about to watch the dude who played, like, who hacked a controller and was able to beat 3 Mega Man games at once. Like, it's mind-blowing stuff. It's just, you think that it's all, you can only be impressed within the game, and it's a whole bunch of stuff outside of the game that is crazy too.
Oh yeah.
So what was the guy's name again?
Boom. Foone.
Shout out to you, Foon, for just sitting there one day and was just like, yo, man, let me make this happen. And you achieved it, bro. It's because of people like you. You probably inspired somebody to maybe start the next album. I don't know. I'm just shooting in the dreams and the stars for you. But keeping it moving, man. So we're moving now and kind of to the next gen consoles, the PS5, the Xboxes, but we're starting off with PS5. PS5 Box Art, I'm sure y'all heard, has been released. It is out right now. We're just waiting for Kadeem to push it up so we can see an image of it. And I would love to get the thoughts of Cleo and the thoughts of Pat on this current release.
So it's not the PS5 box art. I think they gave us game art, right?
Yeah.
Oh, they game
box arts.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that they've made the color scheme more with the white label at the top. It's something new, something to roll out. If you look right behind Pat, for those watching on video, you can see a whole stack of PS4 games. The blue casing and the blue label that goes across the actual side where the PS4 logo is. So now we get a chance to have something new out there in our collections. Shout out to all the video game collectors around the world who like have to have bookshelves with all of their stuff, put a specific way, it's color coordinated. Getting a chance to add a brand new color to theirs. So the white label PS5 games, of course, the bundled Gran Turismo 7 was one of the first things.
Bundles!
Word, that's what y'all doing?
Huh?
That's what y'all doing. Call everything that came in a bundle from now on.
Bundle.
When we talk Spider-Man, call it Bundle Spider-Man.
Okay.
But that's fine. Still, but listen, Spider-Man's a great game.
Took the Spider-Man route. I like the white. I like the blue when it came out, so I'm glad that they keep, they keep changing it up. Returnal. I don't know what it is about the face. I don't want to play this.
Nope.
It looked
Bad
too
creepy.
weird. And she looked pasty. I'm just gonna throw it
You
out.
do look pasty.
She's in space.
Hey, Sackboy.
Oh
Sackboy.
no.
The cover makes me want to play this, Loki.
Absolutely.
The Sackboy is awesome, man.
I like Sackboy. He never got enough shine. I'm glad he got his own game.
If he gets bundled, I'd be perfectly happy about that. Well,
He's gonna get bundled.
No, he's not, man. He's gonna stand alone and he's gonna do mediocre numbers.
It's really early to discuss it, but I've always been a fan of when PlayStation does the greatest hits re-release of some of their games.
yes.
Remember the original PlayStation when it became a greatest hit, it had the green slab on it?
Yep.
And then I
PS2
believe
had red.
PS2 had red.
Yeah.
I don't remember 3 or 4s though.
I think 3
No,
or
I think
4
it was
both went
six.
red.
I think they stayed red for greatest hits.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
I think
So
they
what-
maybe changed like the background of the red and started like adding details kind of like in the background but faded out a little bit.
Nice.
That was about it. But yeah, like I look, like you said, I look forward to seeing what PS5's greatest hits are gonna be? Is it gonna be red? Are they switching the colors up? I see like this green like dot on all of these. Like, what are those?
Oh, that's just the icon for the who posted this up.
Got
That's
it.
all
Oh,
it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Gotcha. Oh,
Just
my,
invert the colors. Give us a black label with the white letters, bro. Just make it fancier. Why not?
ooh, that'd be dope for greatest
Just
hits.
invert the colors. I'm cool with just inverting black label greatest hits. I'm with that.
I was thinking more on the gold side though. I was thinking
Huh?
more. I was thinking more gold.
Gold
Just
label black letters or gold label white letters?
Gold label white letters.
Cool.
Gold and white.
Ooh, I actually like what you said, Cleo. Invert these two, but then at the bottom put the gold strip,
Yeah.
and put greatest hits in the gold strip.
Not to mention they are selling that $10,000 PS5 already, so that's all gold plated. I'm not sure if y'all saw
That's
it.
official?
That's official. Apparently you can actually pre-order that one. I don't
No,
know.
no, but is that official from PlayStation
No,
or official
no.
from a company that will do it?
A company that would do it. It's not Sony.
Got
It's
it.
official.
Okay, just
Are
wanted
they
to
like auctioning it off too?
I don't know, but I just seen that you can pre-order a $10,000 PS5. That's all gold plated.
And it's correct because there's people out there who will buy that. There is someone
Absolutely.
out there who wants that. You look, there's people who have solid gold iPhones, and I just like I don't understand because how many of us have broken an iPhone? You could crack that screen, bro. It's just a it's just a shell. It's just a casing.
It better come with a lifetime warranty. Better.
It probably won't.
It probably won't, but you know.
All right, sir. We can't take the gold plates off to switch the hard drive out. Apologies.
I'm good, man. But I like it, man. This is our first look at our brand new games and what they're gonna look like once they're sitting in our collection. But true question to the tokens: are we going to be transferring more over to digital downloads specifically? I mean, look how we operate now.
As you can see, I enjoy the physical aspect of it. I like having them. But recently this year, I've been buying everything on digital, and it's just between the deals that you get, they kind of go back sometimes, and give you older games and just the convenience. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is the convenience of literally just closing one app and opening up another that's kind of hard to compete with. That really is.
And
Really?
the fact if you don't scratch a digital copy, once you scratch a physical copy, that's it.
Yeah.
Is this backwards compatible? Is this go back to like PS3, PS2? all
No,
that?
it's probably. I think it only goes PS4, and that list is not very long, according to what I've confirmed and kind of seen. I mean, Marvel's Avengers is gonna get a free upgrade. So before we even get there, just want to let that be known.
Upgrade
Marvel's-
like graphic wise too?
Yeah, so you get the PS5 edition of Marvel's Avengers for free if you bought it on the PS4.
All we want is a server upgrade. That's
Yep.
all we want.
That's it.
Yep.
Please.
So
What's it called? I think since you asked that, I think I'm switching over. I think that I have so many games dating back to PlayStation and Nintendo 64. I might just build like a little library or like a vault and just have all the games, and then PS5 be all digital because it's
All
just
digital.
like we might as well just hop over into the next thing and have that be almost like our version of analog. Because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely with that idea because I'm a collector. I have crazy stuff all over my damn house that I feel that I wanted to collect to have. So like, let's say when the brand new Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 comes out or whatever, I will be buying the physical copy of that just to have it.
Yeah.
But I'm downloading the goddamn game. Like
I literally did that. I literally have.
That's what
the-
Kadeem did.
I have the special edition 7, and
Yeah.
in a box came with a damn mini soundtrack, all that, and I still bought it digitally. So
still bought it digitally,
I
man.
feel like they should give it to you digitally if you buy the physical copy.
I feel that way too, Will.
I feel like they should give you like a little code that lets you have it, because it's like I said, like, yo, what if something happened and like the CD get messed up and you can't use it no more? It's not fair for you to not have a copy of all of that stuff there.
Hey, Will, hold that thought. Hold it till when we get to the Microsoft news, because Microsoft tried that on the beginning of Xbox One, and I'll break down the story of what happened. They tried that. So when we get to the Microsoft stories, I'll literally let you in.
I love it.
Yep.
All right, what else we got?
So
go ahead,
there's
Will.
been a lot of talk about PS5 coming out, and there was a lot of disappointment when Cleo, cover your ears, when GTA 5 was told that it was going to PS5.
Enhanced edition.
Huh?
Enhanced edition. It's enhanced. They just enhanced it some more.
That was the worst announcement I've seen in gaming history.
Thank you, Pat.
Just because it had the audacity to be an announcement, and at the beginning.
Yeah.
But
Right.
keep going.
The game that's been out for almost 10 years is moved from 3 PlayStation consoles.
Yep.
Just to let y'all know that 3 PlayStation consoles it's been on. But we are still looking forward into the future, and so there has been a lot of rumors and apparently a lot of leaks coming out that Grand Theft Auto 6 is being worked on, and apparently the reason why they moved it to 5 was because there's still a lot of work to be done, and they still wanted to keep it in the field. So right now, from what we've been told, there is a leaked map that has come out. We don't know if this is a legit map or if this apparently it may have been fan made, but this is supposed to be the new map for GTA 6, which is supposedly going to be in the South.
It looks like Middle Earth. I don't know why it looks like a World of Warcraft map.
Look, if you zoom out,
it says Vice City right there.
Right. So what it is if you look right onto your right, that is the Florida key. That's the Florida edge. If you move over all the way to the end where it says Lemoyne, that's New Orleans. And this all is supposed to be like Cuba, and then like I forgot what this one was supposed to be. But yeah.
So this is about the Miami, Cuba area?
Well, no, this is supposed to be just the South, like that. Like it's that. Then there's Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Louisiana. That's supposed to be.
Up there is Louisiana?
Yeah, where you see Lemoyne, that's supposed to be New Orleans.
Here's why I'm worried. They're blowing the load. I feel like New Orleans could have had its own, Cuba could have had its own, and Florida could have had its own. But this is just showing me that this rollout is going to be another one that they're going to extend for a very, very, very long time. If they're putting this big of a map, we are going to be within GTA 6 well into our 50s and 60s. One of those things where we're like old men getting that GTA 7 release. They're probably going to milk this for sure.
Yeah.
I think they've learned. I think they've learned from, where they are even right now currently with GTA 5. People are buying this game to really just play online, Pat. Like they run through the campaign, they enjoy that, but most people are just playing these new missions that they can continuously drop DLC for the next 5 to 10 years. Yep. So it just shows the times have adapted. We've talked about this before on the podcast. Pat is an old school guy. He wants it old school. He wants it one and done, and then roll out, hopefully a trilogy of games afterwards. But I don't know, man. I think I'm off the Grand Theft Auto train. I've been off for some time and haven't been back since Vice City. So I think I'm straight on whatever they do for GTA 6, and let's see how they announce this.
I think at a certain level, the DLC tips what the game was. Like we were used to the format of a game being 100%, and then when DLC came out, it was almost reminiscent of like secret levels or bonus levels. It would be like, here's a DLC mission, here's a DLC character, here's a DLC level, But then when it got to the point where DLC has been coming out for years and years and years, like I think we've talked about this on the show before, you almost lose what the original game was, and now everyone had such a different experience. Like when we used to think back on games and be like, you remember Crash Bandicoot? Boom, we all had the same experience. We all remember that.
Yeah.
Kids or people who started with Grand Theft Auto 5, 10, 20 years from now, people be like, you remember Grand Theft Auto 5? You're not even thinking about, you don't even have the same experiences, you didn't do the same levels, you didn't do the same stuff, and the game itself, you barely even remember as special. So, I don't know, it just becomes like a map.
Honestly, it's turned into literally GTA Online. Like, they don't call it Grand Theft Auto 5 Online. It's literally just GTA Online now. And that alone, I feel like it's going to separate the two. Like, it's almost like, of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare and then Warzone.
Yeah.
It's literally separating the two completely. Like,
it should be separated, I think.
Yeah, it's literally separated now. Like, they're not. So people who play GTA 5 all the way, of course, back in the day on the PS3 till now, they have completely different experiences from people who's going to play it on the 4 and the 5, because, like you said, there's just the separation of gameplay to the online gameplay, which is two different things now. They've separated the two.
Listen, y'all, I'm excited. Y'all, I don't know if this is true or not. This is great. This is.
I'm here for Louisiana. Before you keep going, Will, but I'm here for Louisiana.
For all of it. I'm ready to be in the rural areas of nowhere in Baton Rouge, all the way to the Florida Keys, man. I'm tired of getting stuff in doses. Let me get a game that's gonna be here for the next 15 years. Keep updating. Throw some slabs in there. Put Lil Wayne in here. Let me do a mission with a lookalike of Rick Ross, man. I love it. I hope we get to fly in this game because I started when it was just one view, just helicopter view, riding around trying to get away from the cops. And look where we are. This is beautiful. I can't wait to drop bodies in the Everglades, man.
I feel like
Say what?
we've all gotten our wishes video game wise. I got my Final Fantasy VII remake. Pat got his port of the Super Nintendo, excuse me, the Mario 64 and Sunshine, and he got his wish for gaming.
The 3D
Will's
All-Stars,
getting his
baby.
wish for gaming as far as, I guess, with GTA 6 finally paying love and homage to the South. Kadeem, you're the last one left, bro. If we don't get a Legend of Dragoon, something.
I was gonna say, you know exactly where I was gonna go. Just like, I need my Dragoons.
Listen,
You
man,
need
Dark
to
Race-
unleash the Dragoons again.
Dart has to find a way back to the spotlight, which was gonna be crazy if it ever happens. But you're the last one, bro. So if anyone's listening, that's what's left. We know you guys listen to the podcast. We put it in the universe and it becomes true. We need a Legend of Dragoon or a spotlight put on Dart in some way from Sony.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Y'all didn't play it though. Y'all didn't play it. I
I
enjoyed.
did play Legend of Dragoon. I rented it. No, actually, I bought it because of the cover. The cover was fire.
The cover's hard.
Cover's fire.
Yo,
No,
I was
what?
like, this is gonna be dope. It wasn't.
We gave Will Fight Night. Let's do a split screen of Legend of Dragoon.
No, I wouldn't want to push. Listen, it's an RPG game. It's not
You're
set
not
up for that
doing
type
that.
of love. I get it.
Hey,
I
Will,
appreciate it. Appreciate
There
the
you
love,
go.
Pat. But nah, man, I'm not letting y'all sit down through that.
Hey, you know what though? You know what I will say, to be honest, just to be fair. You know what ruined Legend of Dragoon? If you're not an RPG fan, Final Fantasy VII let you dip your toes in the RPG, and you were like, cool. But what messed up about it was so good that it kind of had the Dragon Ball Z effect. You compare everything RPG wise to that, and if you don't live up to it, you just kind of like, nah, I'm cool.
I mean, that's what happens with Final Fantasy alone, though. People can't go back and play older Final Fantasies just because of the graphics wise. You know what I mean? Like we saw 7, and you gotta go back and play 6 and 5 and 4. It's all 2D fighter type. Like they look completely different, so people don't like it.
Well, not just that too, but just like even like story wise, gameplay wise, because you know like Legend of Dragoon's like gaming was just a tad bit different, but it's just like it's not Final Fantasy VII, so it kind of just like turns you off.
Yep.
If you're a fan like yourself, you play through the story, and the story is dope. Like they powers are really a lot. I'm not gonna say cooler than Final Fantasy VII, but they up there.
They are. The whole Dragoon thing's pretty dope, but I digress. We have more news.
More news.
We have more news coming. So something that's not a rumor that is being released is in the land of the Zelda. The Hyrule Warriors have made their return. Age of Calamity has been announced. Patrick Cloud, you are the patriarch of the Hyrule fandom here at Arcade Tokens.
The man has a shield on his neck right now. Man has the shield on his.
Yes, don't forget about this.
Yes, sir.
The shield's new. The love ain't. This is bittersweet. This is dope. Obviously, Breath of the Wild 2 was already announced, so we are getting that. But you know, if you played Breath of the Wild, the entire thing is the whole storyline is based on you waking up after getting slept by Ganon. He knocked Link the TF out for 100 years. And you're trying to like figure out what happened to Hyrule because there was this great war where the hero, Zelda, and the champions all fell to Ganon and his army of the Guardians. So they're actually making that folklore a game where you play Link, 100 years before with the champions fighting against Ganon. But they are putting it in the Hyrule Warriors style, which is kind of like that sort of like one versus a whole army style, like the Dynasty Warriors.
Yep.
With Fire Emblems like that too, right?
No, Well, I think the new Fire Emblems are. I don't think they always were like that before, though. It was a lot more strategy game. It started strategy based. So
I've never played it.
yeah, I
But
think the
yeah,
new one is though.
If you're into that type of game and Zelda, it's a hit. We played this game on You Trash Fam. I bought it, tried to play it a couple times myself. It got incredibly repetitive for me, and I was really sad, at just like a Zelda game, just because it reminds me of, is Mario the only person who has perfected the whole side game thing? Everybody else kind of just falls short. It'll be like Sonic's beanbag toss. You'd be like, what the hell is this? But I'm excited for this. I'm gonna actually go back and give the other game another try just to see if I can, shock therapy myself into it. But either way, this is a buy and a review from me.
So my question is immediately for someone who knows the story of this one, Pat. It says this game takes place 100 years before Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Okay, and it says it's not only Link but also the other champions.
Yes.
So are these champions that we see around Link right here in this announcement poster, are they in Breath of the Wild?
Yes. So remember, you go to the corners of the map and you find the gigantic Power Ranger looking Zords. It's like one's a iguana that's crawling around the volcano. One's a pterodactyl or
Elephant.
A bird that's flying around. One is an elephant that's in the water, and the other is a camel that's in the desert. I believe those are the four. And yeah, you find them. Inside is a temple itself, and then once you beat the boss, the power the whatever it is, the Zord becomes good and shoots at Ganon. So those ghosts that are helping you, that eventually give you a power. One of them heals you when you die. One of them shoots you up in the air to let you fly. I forget the other one. I think one of them is like a spin attack. Those ghosts that are guiding you through that are the ones that died in the battle. There's a big bird. There's the big buff Goron. There's the Zora that's right there, and then there's the what are they called? The people in the desert, the Gerudo.
Yeah, Gerudos. Yep.
So those four died, and you barely escaped. I think I forget who carried you away. Impa. I think Impa carried you away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that this is basically the fight that they died at, which is interesting because it's like, what do you win at the end?
Yep. The first comment on this thing is spoiler alert: the heroes fail.
Right?
Just so you're aware. I like the story that you explained of like what was about to happen. Just when you told me the style that they're putting it in, man, that's gonna be a no for me, big dog. Like, yeah. I liked Hyrule Warriors, but I just could not get with the animation style that they chose. Like, if it looked like this, like if Hyrule Warriors looked like this image, oh, I'd be in. I'd be down. I'd play this.
Like a water brush type of thing.
Yeah, like if it was just this, or like kind of like how Breath of the Wild is. They look too cute in Hyrule.
Well, remember, Hyrule Warriors is on, what was it on, Wii first?
It was on the Wii U, and then it came over to the Switch. So it started there. And then they had, of course, the Definitive Edition that came to the Switch, that came with the DLC and all that stuff. So
it's more than likely going to have Breath of the Wild style animation.
Absolutely. It will. It will. So it's going to change up the animation at least a little bit for sure. But
okay. If it does that, I'll check it out. If it does that, I might check it out.
We'll see. Let's see what they got.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that was the Hyrule Warriors talk. We're gonna go ahead and get into the main event, which is the Xbox news. The Xbox Series S and the Xbox Series X have been announced that it is dropping in November. Both series are coming out. The Xbox Series X is going to be at $500, and then the Xbox Series S is going to be at, I believe, $299. And as you can see, we have the comparisons here on the video version. For those that's on the audio version, just a couple of highlights.
Terabyte, let's go. Finally.
So that's what I'm talking about right there. One gives you a terabyte, the other one only gives you 512 gigabytes. And I'm like, why are we doing this to? Why are we sitting here like 500 is enough?
It's never enough.
It's not enough.
Let it be known to any person out there buying a console, whether it's your first time or you're buying a console for someone else, know that 512 gigabytes for a video game console is never enough.
It's not enough anymore.
Well, if you think about it, though, like, that's why this one's $299, because most of those hard drives in there are like $200 extra for you to get a terabyte. So if you're gonna pay less, you're gonna get less.
So what about this 8K and 4K thing?
So
Like, seems like the Series X is a lot stronger, but can our TVs really even handle 8K?
I don't think we're up to. I don't think we have 8K.
I don't think there's any TV even out there like that yet.
Yeah.
So what they definitely plan on doing is basically you'd have to change a lot of your settings. But I will say the good thing about Xbox is that it can adapt to any type of TV rather than like the PlayStation. PlayStations play the best on Sony televisions. Like if you get those, you will see the awesome results. Like play a PS4 on a Sony TV and play Avengers. I guarantee you will see something completely different. But
I'm gonna interrupt you, Will, but didn't PlayStation actually release its own television before, Kadeem?
Yes, it was a PlayStation TV that was it was made for 3D though. And I will say one thing that was cool about that 3D TV. If you played split screen games, it would actually not let the person see your screen if you sat at certain angles. You know, you sit next, like, couch with somebody.
It had a privacy filter?
It had a privacy filter thing that literally blocked the other person out. It was crazy. I was just like, well, that's pretty cool, I guess.
Innovative.
I mean, yeah.
I would have loved to have seen them develop that more, but you know, I get it, especially like how expensive it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they just pretty much setting up like Microsoft normally sets these things up for people that are not gonna buy consoles back to back. So as TVs continue to upgrade, so can the Xbox. So it's smart for them to go up to 8K, even though we can't get that maximum right now. But when those TVs can handle it, we'll be able to continue having a great experience.
But let's really get into the design of both of these consoles, man. When the Series X was announced, we clowned. So did the entire internet.
Still.
Series S gets announced. We have our first look at it. Here it is. It's not too different from what an Xbox One X?
One S looks like. No.
One S looks like, other than this gigantic circle speaker looking thing on the side of it.
It looks like a ring. It looks like the Ring doorbell. I don't like it. It looks like, or like one of those like walkie-talkie things, like, or a translator. It looks terrible. I hate it. I hate the Series X. It looks like a damn air fryer. I'm not.
Can I ask y'all something? What the fuck do y'all want from the game? Like, who cares what it looks like? No one cares that the PlayStation is shaped like a Japanese Wi-Fi router. It's an Xbox that's in the shape of a box.
Ooh, I literally have a Wi-Fi router right here that looks exactly like a skinny version of the Xbox X. That's the exact same thing.
You can't tell me that's not fire though. That router is fire. Imagine that's your game console.
You mean fryer? You mean fryer, not fire, not fire. Well, that's fryer.
Even to an Xbox fan to be like, who cares what it really looks like?
What does it do?
Here's my thing though. Y'all are making it seem like game consoles are shaped dope, and they're not. If you really think about it, all game consoles are ugly as fuck.
Lies.
I disagree highly with that. I disagree highly with that.
Dope ass looking console.
GameCube, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2.
If you came out with GameCube, y'all blown.
First of all, you didn't have a GameCube. GameCube was hard.
I'm sorry, what is GameCube shaped like? Because you're looking at it right now.
A cube.
No, we're looking at two GameCubes stacked on top of each other for the Series X.
But you riding for GameCube though, and it's still shaped like that.
PS4 is dope. Switch is dope.
Switch is dope. Well, Switch almost doesn't count because it's portable. But I will say this:
I like the look of the Dreamcast too.
Dreamcast was another box.
That looked good.
I mean,
it's a box.
I think the PS3 had the most unique designs of the three. The PS3 had three different designs. They had the first one that looked like the George Foreman grill one. Then they had the other one that was kind of oval shaped, and then they finished with the super slim one. So the PS3 is kind of fire. I'll put that
unique. The best word, unique.
Unique for sure. PS2s were pretty good too, though, even though they were more boxing.
I'm not mad at the PS4. The PS4 is kind of sleek.
PS4 is kind of sleek.
PlayStation did a good job on all of theirs.
They did.
They made a job of being unique. I will give them that. But as far as it being ugly and all of this slander of it, no.
It sits at an angle, Will. You can put it this way.
Yeah.
Right.
That is the most.
Stand it up. Boom. Look at that.
That's
Look
the
how
most
slim that is.
annoying console to find a place to put. I swear it is. The way that stuff is shaped, it does not go in anything properly.
Okay. All right. Well,
Well,
Huh.
no, I'm just gonna pull up the numbers as well for these things. So here's the numbers, by the way. This is what the costing. $299, $499.
I'm getting the $4.99 one. As much shit as I talk, I'm getting it. I'm seeing what it's like. I'm playing everything.
yep.
And the circles and the squares that they have is for ventilation. So then that way, because like one biggest thing that people had a problem with Xbox is that the fanning system is loud. So they want to change that.
Ugh.
So they put a.
Now, if you think about it, look at like the vents that y'all have.
They put a fighter jet engine exhaust on the front of it. You come on, bro.
It looks like a camera. It looks like the first Instagram logo.
It looks like a speaker. I will give it to you. It looks like a speaker. But let's be
I hope the mesh is like microphone mesh. Like, you know how this one looks? Look at your microphones right now, fellas. Tell me it's not going to look like that.
It is what it looks like. I will say that.
That middle is made out of vintage Kobe shoe. You remember that?
What if it lit up green? What if it...
Remember the mesh?
Carbon fiber that hoe out.
That's what y'all gonna do to this?
I had the mesh.
You know what?
We had the mesh too. We had the mesh.
What if it lit up green though? If it like has that green like it shows from the Series X, would that make it better?
What, on the circle?
Yeah.
I will say this about the Series S that I'm kind of worried about. A, the 512 gigs. B, that it literally has no disc. So how big is Call of Duty? How big is Call of Duty? Modern Warfare.
80?
It's damn near 200 gigs now. That game's damn near 200 gigs, right? So
not-
Call of Duty.
That game is so big that it tells you to remove certain parts of the game that you're not using just so you can use the parts you want to.
But does
It tells you to undownload the campaign or the multiplayer if you want to play Warzone. It's like, all right, well,
You can do those separately.
But
Yeah.
doesn't Xbox have cloud where you can put your games on like a cloud server?
But you can't play it through the cloud. You can't play it that way.
Storage?
Like for storage, yeah. Like you can't play it. Like you can't play a game through the cloud. That's Google Stadia, which is a terrible mess right now that I don't want to get into. Google Stadia is terrible.
But if they change that and you could play from there, would that make the Series S a little bit more
not to me. Not to me. Just because of the idea that you have to download everything anyway. Like everything has to be down because there's no disk drive. You can't go out and buy a game and put a disc in there and then that takes away some of that space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If most of that stuff is digital, you think that they might move it to be cloud-based and playable. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with such small spaces. I think being able to house the 512 can house the operating system, your achievements, and then like your little add-ons and stuff like that. But I think like they can be able to adapt it to play the series from the cloud.
I hope. I mean, they have Microsoft xCloud. That is a whole thing they got going. That kind of works. I mean, it's better than Google Stadia. I will say that. Better.
Yeah, I would say I hope that would be I'm not saying that is what they're doing, but I would hope that would be the idea for them with coming out with the Series S. Because like you said, with no disk drive or anything like that, like what's really gonna happen? And then like you said, 512 is nothing. So
Nothing.
We'll see though.
Like I said, Call of Duty alone is crazy big, so I'm already worried about that. But before we get out of here, I'm not sure that's the last news, but I want to go ahead and go over that Microsoft situation. The Xbox One comes out, E3. They announced it. It obviously the Microsoft or the Xbox One, they wanted it be more of a media center when they first started it up. I'm not sure if y'all noticed that the Microsoft or the Xbox One has 2 HDMI ports on it. You can literally plug in you were supposed to be able to plug in your cable box directly to it, and then be able to watch TV from your Xbox One from your Xbox
I did it.
One.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
What was like glass, mirror glass or something like
Yeah,
that?
exactly. So you can set up that, have your TV guide and everything inside your Xbox One. Another thing came out saying that they were trying to do the whole one game per one pretty much one disc per console type of thing, right? Which would be the whole code that you would put in. You get a code every single time you get a game, put that code in, and now you have that game. The problem with that is you couldn't resell that. You couldn't sell that game anymore. You couldn't go to GameStop. You couldn't give it to your friend. You couldn't do anything with it. You know what I'm saying? So that would eliminate the whole thing of trading games in and stuff like that. Obviously, the community hated that. They did not want that. So
I'm not mad at that though.
yeah.
I'm
So,
not mad at that.
so they tried it. Microsoft did try the whole thing that you're talking about. It just if you buy the game physically, you can have it digitally. They tried it. Obviously, there was a lot of backlash behind it. So they shut down that idea.
Man, I think they should bring that back, man. I think it's only fair. If you don't have a physical copy, man, you should be able to. You should allow to be able to have a digital copy as well.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, like I think that's fair. Like I said, bro, you can't. If something happens to your digital copy, you just gotta go re-download it. Like that, and that's just worst case scenario. But like if your little sister's, huh?
Weren't they burning games?
Well, piracy wise, you talking about like burn disc?
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't been able to actually burn a disc since the PS2, just because no one has a Blu-ray burner like for PS3 or because everything's Blu-ray disc now. You know what I mean?
Expensive.
What?
These are Series X.
Yes, I'm sure everything's gonna be Blu-ray disc, but I don't think
They are.
anyone's burning Blu-ray disc at the moment. Like I haven't seen a Blu-ray burner. I'm sure you can buy one, but
It's expensive as hell,
Yeah.
and the CDs are expensive as hell to
exactly. So it'd be way more of a hassle than trying to actually do it. Back in the day, it was kind of cheap. You know, PS2. I mean, DVDs weren't that expensive to buy. DVD burners weren't that hard to get.
Shout out to the CDJs, bro.
Yep. But them Blu-rays, bro, and if you mess up, like if it got like a piracy thing on there, like within the code, it'll mess that CD, that DVD up, and you gotta start all over. So that's a waste of a Blu-ray, and them Blu-rays are expensive.
So yeah, I don't think burn disc is gonna be the way either. But either way, I just wanted to put that out there that yes, Microsoft did try the whole physical to digital transfer, and people shut it down.
Hey, Blu-ray had a funny release. Like, they came out. They were like, new technology. Get a $20 movie for $69.99. Everybody was like, ha! Yeah, all right. Like niggas did not care about Blu-ray until the PlayStation offered it too.
Yep.
And they were like, I mean, we have one already. Might as well get a Blu-ray. Then people started like bragging about Blu-rays. But I remember when people had like only
That's
Blu-ray
true.
players. Idiot.
That is true.
And it was funny too because it was during them times like people was still. I didn't realize like how much formats count until like really working like in the internet and stuff like that. I will never forget like when HD came out, and so like they started moving everything to like letterbox and widescreen. My family would always have like a button that's basically it's called full screen, but it's basically zoom.
Yep.
And they'll zoom in the movie. They're like, "Yo, put it on so it's on the whole TV," and then be cutting off like
Half the damn scenes. Yep.
yeah, it's like, yo, you just missed like something in the left corner because you got it on full screen. So people were dealing with that too, and then trying to switch to HD, and then Blu-ray came out, and like you said, $60, and it was like,
It's a hard pass.
I still got Richie Rich on VHS. I'm good.
Like it's crazy. Of course, the PS, the Microsoft. I'm not sure if y'all know about the Blu-ray and HD DVD thing that happened, but that's another situation.
Yes,
Sony made Blu-rays. Microsoft made HD DVDs. Mm-hmm. They lost out. I don't think it was Microsoft. There was another company that made HD DVD, but they ended up losing that whole format battle, and everyone just ended up going to Blu-rays instead.
Because they came out in a like maroon colored case. It was just like the Blu-ray box, but it was a maroon colored case, and it had HD at the top. Did not last one bit. Blu-ray won that battle.
Yep, they won it. It happened though. There was that format war as well, and they tried to get into it. But in fact, here it is. Let's pull up a picture real quick. Here we go. Beautiful. Here it is. There we go.
Yep.
This was a thing.
Yes.
I haven't seen the HD DVD
Exactly.
logo in so long. It was so lazy. They were just like, Blu-ray's out? Get the DVD, get the HD. They're like, dude.
Double up on the disc. We got it.
Double up. It's high definition. This is crazy, man. This was like 2007 for me.
Yep.
Going to the like movie stores that like where you can buy like all the stuff for cheap, like those movie shops and stuff, and just seeing all of these.
Yeah. This was a whole battle. Another format war that, you know, Sony ended up winning, obviously. They made the Blu-ray, and we're still using them to this day.
Yep.
Well, forget all that tech stuff. What does the Xbox look like, though? What's them graphics looking like?
Oh, I mean, let me pull up. Actually, let me just pull up the box. Let's pull up the actual with the box art.
The box art?
Want to pull up the box art real quick for the Xbox One X?
The box, bro.
Do we need to? Do we have to?
Look at it. Box ain't bad.
Not bad. Not at it. I just realized that the green light is coming from is gonna be
The
on
top. The
Yeah.
top of it. There's a phobia. It's called Tripophobia, which is the fear of closely packed holes. I would
Wow.
assume that there's a lot of people out there with this specific phobia who will not be buying this Xbox simply because of that.
I'm
You
not
know what's
gonna lie.
interesting about that? There's a lot of stuff online about like people will Photoshop fake diseases. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Where they have
Yeah.
like holes in their hand or like their face, and it's really unsettling. So as soon as you said that, I was like, "Yep, I get exactly why."
The worst part about it, I think I have a slight case of it because as soon as I was just like, you know what, starting to feel a little eerie.
No, because it's that. I already know what y'all talking about. It's the image that y'all saw, like you said, with that little thing
Yep.
right there. But it's a flower that, of course, they Photoshop to start putting on skin to freak you out. That's what it is. It's
It worked. It worked.
It worked. It worked. I will say that it worked. But yeah, it's from a flower that they just added to on skin to look like a disease.
Oh God, I'm sorry I have to get that off my screen.
Yeah,
Well,
man. Power of the internet. man.
Microsoft, I'm sorry, I might have just ruined your marketing. You might want to switch that box out because if you guys that's sitting out there, people ain't gonna rock with that.
It's
do
too
what
close. It's too close. When it's far away, it's fun. I can handle it. You know, and these are all the
Alright.
prices of all the Microsoft coming out. What they started with. Damn, the Xbox One was $500.
We didn't get an Xbox One for like 3 years, Kadeem.
I know, and I see why.
Yeah, I wasn't paying no $500 off top for that.
How much was PS3?
PS3 was like $600, but we didn't get that until later on either.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we even had the very first iteration of the PS3. Kadeem.
No, I bought the slimmer one when it came out, and
Yeah.
at that price it was way cheaper. But yeah, I mean it was the reason why because they had to connect with it. You had to get the connect.
Yeah,
It came bundled with it. You couldn't get it without it. So that's why it's
bundle.
bundles. Everything bundles. The only
They
thing sell out here.
consistent though.
Yeah, it does look pretty consistent. You line them up like this.
Yeah.
So
It
well,
just
there you go.
It's all about.
I think the Xbox 360 will always be my favorite of the consoles, though, bro.
360. I never had one. Never dealt with the Ring of Death. I heard it was the most
Oh,
ever. And I'm glad.
60% of them actually got it.
60% of your consoles had the red ring of death.
60%. Yeah, that's
Crazy.
bro. More than half.
Are trash.
Let's not forget though Sony's epic fail of having their entire PSN network hacked.
Ooh, that was a tough one. I was part of that. That was part of that venture.
Yeah,
I was in there with that. I will say.
everyone has their hiccups.
Yeah, why you just throw in some PS4 slander? That's not even what we're talking about.
Because like I see y'all small Xbox jabs y'all throwing.
Did it
and
not
I
have a
said-
50% failure? That wasn't
No,
a
no, no, no,
That's a fact.
Listen,
That's a fact.
after I witnessed what the fuck Cleo be doing on his lives, I done figured out his sneak dissing. I done figured it out now, and I'm like, oh, okay, you throwing shots.
I don't get it. What does he do?
What? How am I a sneak disser?
So Cleo will throw out little small like that box thing. He researched it. He was ready for that. He was ready to throw that box stuff out. Why? 'Cause
That's what you do.
y'all want to
You
shit
research.
On. Y'all want to shit on it. You could have said how lovely the box was. You could have made fun of how wide it was. You could have went got a whole carburetor and been like, "Yo, this is the Xbox box." But no, you went all the way into our mental status.
Man,
Now I
thank you.
can't unsee that box like that no more.
You're right. I can't undo it now.
I can't undo it now.
What'd you do?
You brought up the whole hand, the trichophobia. You brought that up, and now I cannot see a Microsoft Series X without seeing those damn holes now. If you
But I'm
never
sneak
brought it up,
dissing it.
if
But
you
I'm
never
sneak
brought that
dissing
up,
it back.
Cleo is a master villain because now Xbox is gonna come to him and try to convert him and give him a check, and then he gonna be Xbox. You are a master at villainy, sir. That's why you got that hat.
That would be very villainous.
I see what you're up to, sir. I see what you're up to, and you ain't fooling me.
nah.
I'm trying to see some gameplay or screenshots. What's up?
For the Xbox.
What the game look like? Forget all this techie terabyte.
All right, let's pull up some gameplay. What game y'all have you guys seen come up?
I haven't seen it. I saw the first one and I stopped scrolling.
For the gameplay?
No, not gameplay. It's the screenshots I sent you. They leaked a couple screenshots.
Oh, he sent you stuff. Oh, okay.
Okay, let me take a look at that. 1 second. I have the whole page pulled up, so just give me 2 seconds here. I'll get it. Back here. Boom.
I will say in advance though, that PS5 remote's looking real Xboxy. It looks real wide, brother.
Hold on real quick.
5 remote?
The PS5 remote's looking real Xbox related, bro. I'm holding the PS4 remote right now, and I'm like,
here we go. Here we go.
I like it though, bro. I'm sorry, I got gigantic hands, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like just a little bit more for me to be able to grab.
So this is Assassin's Creed.
That's Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, it's Assassin's Creed. Okay. The new one, Valhalla.
Pretty cool. Yes.
Not too sure what this is. Not too sure. Oh, I guess Outriders is another game they have up here. I'm guessing this is probably gonna be Outriders. This is Watch Dogs Legion.
Yep. Some new news just came out about that a minute ago. We got to look into that.
Got you. Not too sure what this is. This is not a very good image of anything other than my eyes hurting.
Nice son. I'll say that. Of Assassin's Creed again.
Assassin's Creed again. Okay.
I'm liking the water.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I mean that's pretty much all the images right there that they dropped. So,
Anyone gonna say it?
What?
Huh?
Anyone gonna say it?
Go ahead, say it, Pat.
Their ass?
I don't see a difference.
Yeah,
I don't see a difference. We don't need to get any better in the graphics department. We've hit that peak. We're done.
It's not about the images, sir. It's the movement now of what they're working on.
I think it's it's honestly it's on frames per second now, and it's on loading time. That's all we got now.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yo, like when you move water, they wanted to make it seem like you can really look like it's moving water.
Yeah.
It's not about making that. That's really what they're focusing on now more. Like you said, load time.
Load times, man. Load times are where they're trying to get to the point. Like, of course, going through Spider-Man, they had that tech demo about using the PS5 on Spider-Man, using the PS4 Pro, and how much faster the world's moving.
Yeah.
When you're playing the 2 different games.
So have we peaked? Because these are all amazing images. Right. So if you would have shown me this as a kid, it'd be like, whoa, but now we're just so jaded with, high quality stuff. Have we peaked? Is the only thing that we're going to progress in like little small things? Like there's this video that went viral in the gaming community because it's next gen and somebody pulled their shirt over their head without and their hair looked realistic. So it's like, are those the things that we're gonna start chipping away at, like the little intricacies, and we sort of at a first-hand glance?
I think so for this, because now they're starting to move into VR. So I think that's kind of the new playing field of trying to make this, put it in VR. But also too, just like with like TV screens, like TV screens are about to cap. Like, we don't need no like 80K television. Like, how more in depth do you need to be?
That's what I'm saying. Like, unless our eyes get enhanced all of a sudden, we can't see shit anyway. Like, let's just be honest. We can't see this type of stuff. Our eyes are not going to be that enhanced. I will say the frames per second is something that we can get to. Like I said, Cleo, you played Fall Guys on a PC.
Mm-hmm. And let me just say.
Exactly. And you played on the PS4.
100% prefer to play a game like Fall Guys on a PC. It moves so much smoother. It was so responsive to every single button I was pressing, which makes me kind of want to transition over to be a PC player.
That's what the systems are trying to do. Like, think about it now. Like, just think about the talk we had with Xbox and PlayStation. We didn't even really start off with the games. We started off about the tech side, the hard drive space, like how fast is it gonna go? So that's what like Xbox and PlayStation is more focused on now. Just like how when you look at getting a new laptop, like what is the RAM? What is the hard drive space? How fast does it go? How quick is the load time and the download time? That's kind of what we're starting to treat these video game consoles like. Yep. Like you said, when you put in Spider-Man, how fast is New York City gonna load for me, and I can just get into it? Or even better example, Grand Theft Auto. Imagine
Yep.
just hitting start and Grand Theft Auto Online start like that.
That'd be
Oh.
amazing. That'd be
Oh
amazing.
my God!
Of course, you
It would honestly, and truly will, be a dream come true.
Man,
Oh my God! It would be so amazing. It'd be God sent.
Cleo, I'll sock out your drop wall you got on the back of you, bro.
Oh,
I will.
Got all your logos on there.
I will
Oh.
say this.
You like that, Cleo?
Up to 120 frames per second if what both of these are claiming. The new Microsoft consoles. Up to 120 frames. So
That's a lot. That's a lot of power.
If we can do that, if we can get to that point of up to 120 frames, trust and believe, we will see the difference.
Yeah. Oh,
We
yeah.
will see it. That's the only thing we're going to be able to see now is how smooth and how fluid we're moving now. Other than that, graphics-wise, I don't think we're going to get much better.
I was the kid that was playing like if I was playing like a basketball game, I thought that in the future graphics would get so good it would look like you're playing like how it looked on TV.
Right.
You know? But I don't know.
But do you want that, though?
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
At this
That's
point,
the
we
thing.
don't know anymore.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I really want, like, that it to be that realistic. Like, I'm cool with having the, you know, some fiction to it and stuff like that.
You can manipulate anything if graphics were that good. So
Yeah, because then you get real creepy about it when they start making stuff, and then it's like, yo, well, you start going off of real people. Nothing weirder than seeing you in a video game that you had no idea you were in.
Yeah. Very, very weird. Very,
Yeah.
very weird.
I saw you on the street and was like, you'd be great in this scene in my video game.
I mean, look, we already have deep fake videos going around. There's a whole face swapping app. I mean, Pat just got put in Cardi B's WAP video, and obviously we know it's Pat, but that's how far we're getting with technology now, where it can be that simple. But yeah, man, I agree with Pat that I think we've hit our peak with graphics. I don't need my graphics to be any better personally. That's just how I feel. I've enjoyed every game that's come out for the PS4 or the most recent Xbox. I've enjoyed what the video game looks like. The graphics look fine. We're upgrading it a little bit more in the PS5. Cool. I would hope it doesn't take away from the production time to put out a game, because how much time are they putting into just that aspect of it? 60% of the time they got to work on the graphics. F that. Just get the foundation down and the fundamentals of the game and roll it out. In my opinion.
Very true.
Can I ask this to Cleo for the PS5? When purchasing it, will you start trying to see like comparisons as far as like PC game play goes? Like how you said with Fall Guys, like will you try to see, did they at least increase like how you played it on PC experience? Is it the same for PS5 for you?
Yes, I would. I will for sure be looking into that. They say they're already hinting at it that it's supposed to be competitive with it. It's supposed to be competing with PC gameplay. I don't know how close they're going to get, to be honest with you guys. And like looking into, and I'm just now starting to understand a little bit more of Kadeem's tech world, seeing some of these streamers who are competitive gamers. They're running their streams through Twitch off of 3 computers, dog.
Yeah.
They have a computer dedicated to streaming, a computer dedicated to gaming, and then Kadeem, what's the third?
That's pretty much 2. I mean, you can have one dedicated to recording too, technically speaking.
Recording, yeah. I saw Dr. Lupo have a third one. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, so pretty much you would split out your damn HDMI. You would split out your gameplay. One would go to your capture card that goes to your streaming computer. Another one would go to another capture card that goes to your recording computer. And then you would just push it that way. So one computer isn't dedicated and trying to do everything out of one box. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it lessens the load on everything. So it is... That's where we've become. That's what we're doing now, and it makes sense if you look at it like that. It does work.
Yeah, and production-wise, to make it a lot smoother, because that third camera he's recording on, he could get like a program that'll let him like live like swap camera views and stuff like that. Yep. So that's less stuff for that person to edit once everything wraps.
Yep.
There it is.
There you go.
So yeah, man. But we always like that's a great way to close this podcast with a whole bunch of techie talk that we could go all day, but Pat's getting very sleepy over there. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up in a little bow. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for checking out the Arcade Tokens podcast. Make sure you follow all of our Arcade Token platforms on YouTube and Twitch, Facebook, and all social media platforms. Follow us, the Arcade Tokens, individually on our Twitch channels. twitch.tv/Cleo Thomas /Patrick Cloud /Cathadius /Will Farrell, and of course the arcade tokens. And make sure your notifications turn on everything, so that way you're not like, oh, I missed out, man. I missed out. What happened? Won't miss out if you get the notifications. As always, we are the arcade tokens. I am the anomaly, Will Farrell.
Leo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living.
I am tech ignorant.
And as always, thank you for the tech genius, Cathadius, always on the ones and twos, and we'll catch you next time.